The St. Christopher Children's Home 11th Annual 2K Walk and 5K Run Fundraiser event is being held this Saturday, November the 26th. Welcome Naeemah Hazelle, Deputy Chair, and Shannizua James, Administrator at the St. Christopher Children's Home. Good morning, ladies, and it's our pleasure.
Good morning.
Thank you.
It's our pleasure to be here.
Oh,
I feel like it's a long time since I've been here.
Yeah, so long, man.
It has been so long, you know. So, Shannizua, tell us a bit about the St. Christopher Children's Home.
Okay, well, the St. Christopher's Children's Home is a place for safety for at-risk children. We've been here so far for 70 years.
70, wow.
70 years, yes.
70, actually.
Over.
Oh, nice.
And that work continues, my goodness.
Yes.
Sure does.
Okay, this is great.
Sure does,
so
sure does.
obviously we have this walk coming up. And what can you tell us about that in terms of details?
Okay, it is our annual walk, as you would have known. It is our biggest fundraiser for the year.
It really is.
And it is happening on Saturday, November 26th.
Yeah, and something that people should understand, which you would remember, is we used to have the walk every year.
Yes.
And then, of course, because of COVID, we haven't been able to have the walk. So the home has really been kept open with the generosity of corporate and public sponsors who have really been kind to be giving just even little donations really help in keeping the home open. And we got a small subvention as well from the government. I know they're really working on getting us a little bit more. As you know, inflation and cost increase. So of course, the cost for the home increase. So we've really just been managing financially. But I think that our team's been doing a really good job.
Yes, I think so.
And so we're really grateful to the persons in the public who have always come out and helped to support the home that, as she said, has been there for 70 years.
70 plus,
You know, so I don't think people always understand the value of the home. But, you know, there has to be a place where we can send our young people who are at risk. Yes. So if there's an emergency in your home, you have to be able to say, oh, this is a place where we could place a child so they're safe this evening, this month, this year.
And feel comfortable with
And
making
feel
that
comfortable.
decision.
So it's really an important, I guess every country is known by how they treat their women and children. And so the St. Christopher Children's Home is such a really integral part of our culture and our community. So this walk is kind of a way that we come together as a community and we show even the children who get very excited. It's like it's their event. Yeah.
Their event.
And then they get to see, oh, everybody really cares about us. They show up for us and families come together and it makes them feel a part of a greater family like the community of St. Kitts and Nevis.
Okay, so we have missed 2 sets of walk.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
And we had the ones before.
Yes.
No, this one we're back and we should be bigger and better than ever. What
I
makes this
believe
one
so.
different than the others?
Well, we're back.
Exactly.
That's what makes it better.
Right.
We're finally back.
All right, I'll
it's
take
like,
that.
It's like we went into retirement, like a Tom Brady, you know, or Michael
and then
Jordan,
you
and then we came back.
Right back.
You know?
Okay,
We're
good
back.
stuff. Good stuff. Good
So,
stuff.
but you can expect all the things that you've always expected from the Children's Home Walk. You know, it's always a lovely family walk,
Yes.
where people can come out with their families. It's still the same price. We didn't raise the price or anything. It's still $50 for adults. I think it's $25 for children.
Children, 6 to 12. Under 6 is free.
Under 6 is free. Right, so you can bring your little babies. Nobody expects you to pay for your little babies.
Right.
You know, under 6 is free. We don't have any shirts for your little babies either. So sorry. You know.
Next year.
Next year. Yes.
They're working on
Bigger
that.
and better next
Bigger
year.
and better next year. And then, of course, we always have the lovely lunch. So after you have your walk, you always have the lunch, and we have lunch. And then we also bring your extra money because what people really love is the raffles.
Raffle.
I almost think people like the raffles sometimes more than the walk.
Yes.
What
The
are
raffles,
prizes this year?
lovely
We gotta
prizes.
ask. What are the prizes?
Shannizua, can you tell us what are some of the prizes so we can get the public interested?
Yes.
Okay, well, we have a stay at Marriott. We are trying to do brunch at the Park Hyatt, among other things.
sweet.
I'll keep some to myself.
Okay, so you got 2, so you know now you got to come and bring your extra money.
Yes.
You
Please
do.
do.
I'm just checking. You're not keeping the brunch to yourself, right?
I'll be honest, I have never won. But there are some people who win every year.
Religiously, yes.
I don't know. I don't
it
want to
Rick?
call out their names, but there's some people. It rhymes with Lake, Trevor Blake. I'm going to say it out loud. Wins every single year.
He's just
I don't
lucky,
know
huh?
how much tickets his family purchases, but every year he inevitably wins at least 2 prizes. So we need you guys to come out this year and try to outdo Mr. Blake. because he wins every single year and nobody's cheating for him. So I need you guys to come out and purchase your tickets. And this year we also have the hydration station.
Yes, tap water.
Oh, nice.
Tap water. So we love keeping in mind that we're trying to protect the environment and we're moving into being more environmentally responsible, especially coming out of COP. So we have a hydration station. So if you bring your water, reusable bottles, and you can refill at the walk as well. So that's something that's new.
Yeah.
We usually have a bit of face painting.
Yes, we do.
Oh, that's for the kids.
Yes, we have that. Yes.
And of course, Mr. X will be there in his shorts. Exercising for us. Yes, I did say it out loud. I can say it. That's what we come for, Mr. X to exercise for us.
Right.
Oh. And he does it. That's part of, it's actually really part of the tradition. You would laugh, but if we got to the walk and Mr. X did not do his warm up in his cute little shorts,
It doesn't feel
Mr.
the
X,
same. It doesn't feel the same.
So everybody warms up with Mr. X? on the-
Yes.
Yes.
Oh.
Everybody warms
Yes.
up with Mr. X. So we all start, promptly at 4:00. We start that warm up.
Yes.
Okay, so I intend to go to the walk this year.
Yes.
So I hope Mr. X does show up in a short.
Of course, he will be there.
will be there.
And when you see it, take a picture.
He's in training right now.
He's in training.
Yes, he's in training
He's
right
ready.
now.
Take a picture and you be ready to say, I was at the children's home walk and I warmed up with Mr. X.
Okay.
It sounds like a movement. X has got it going on. I'm telling you. Definitely sounds like a movement. If you missed the walk, go check out Mr. X.
Yes,
indeed.
So where do we purchase tickets?
Well, you can purchase tickets at JAD. You can purchase tickets at the office, at the children's home, the administrator office. You can purchase tickets at the Four-Way restaurant. That's where
Ballyhoo used to be upstairs.
You can
Four-Ways
purchase
now.
tickets also at Harper's.
Okay.
And at the Royal Beach Casino.
Okay.
Yes.
So all over those locations, nobody has any
Yes.
excuses.
Yes, or you can buy your tickets on the day as well. Just come a little earlier for registration and you can purchase your tickets on that day as well. And even when you purchase your tickets, you will not receive your t-shirt at that time.
No, it's on the day of.
You get your t-shirt on the day of. So we don't want people to show up at 4:00. We're there from 1:45 in the afternoon, very early. So people should come ahead early and turn in their tickets to get their
get their
t-shirts.
t-shirts.
To
Okay,
make sure
good
they get their
stuff.
sizes and stuff like that.
Yes.
You mentioned one of the sponsors, which is Tap Water. Do you have any other sponsors that you would like to mention at this time?
Oh, it's so many sponsors.
But we just want to give a big thank you and shout out to the Royal Beach Casino because they have been consistent every year, as well as the St. Kitts Marriott. We have to make sure to say thank you.
Okay.
There
good
are a
stuff.
few others, but we just want to make sure to say thank you to those.
I know you're going to come back to us after, and when you come back, we're going to give you our full list
Okay. All
of
right.
sponsors.
right.
We want to make sure because you can't really do the event without the sponsors.
Right.
Indeed.
Right.
And I think people think that the event is just like when you get there, they say, oh, we don't have to go to the children's home walk, they get lots of money. But really, we don't get lots of money. The money that we get really covers basically just our budget for the home, and we still have to do additional fundraisers to continue. So people see a big check and they're like, well, the children's home has lots of money, we don't have to help them, but really that money is needed to run the home, to pay the staff, to make sure that our building is intact and safe, to provide services that have to be paid for the children, for their classes, for their, sometimes we could do their medicals in advance, but then we can recoup some of those expenses from the government.
Right.
So there's lots of expenses for the kids' needs, and so we don't want people to think it all comes from that. A lot of it comes from the sponsors and then additional support from the public.
Okay. Good stuff.
All right. So this is your main fundraising activity. What else do you do to raise funds throughout the year?
Oh, well, we've had before. We've done the
Paint and
paint and
sips.
sip. We have done the treasure hunt. We've done a treasure hunt
we have
before.
a scavenger hunt.
Yeah,
That was
scavenger
fun.
hunt, yes.
We're coming back with the scavenger hunt. Be ready with your team. Be ready.
And what about the one at Sky Lounge as well?
Oh, we also have like a lovely cocktail.
Yes.
So we have a ladies cocktail with fashion show. So we used to do that every year. Oh, that was very popular too.
So is that making a comeback as well?
Yes,
course.
Yes, and the other one, Restaurant Week. Yes.
Yes.
Yes, we participate in Restaurant Week
Yes,
as well.
and our partners are usually Serendipity.
Yes.
And usually Corks and Screws or another wine house, and they would support us by bringing the drinks, and then we have a lovely dinner, and we're able to raise funds that way as well. So that's mostly our main
Yes. Yes.
events that we have. But we're always open to new events and creating new partners. So like, as for example, Paint and Sip. The young lady that does paint and sip with us, Miss Liska Bass, she came in and she was like, I would like to help. You know, we have Atelua, which is like they've always said, we want to come in and help. So lots of businesses say, oh, how can we do little services for you to assist? So we're always open to that.
Oh, yes.
Always open.
Coming through and us partnering together to raise funds for the home.
Okay. Tell us about the Million Penny Scheme.
Oh,
Since you no longer use 1 cent around these parts,
yes.
why pennies though?
That Million Penny Scheme is actually how the Children's Home started.
Yes.
I don't think people realize that the Children's Home started on a Million Penny Scheme. Yes.
A brilliant idea from Miss Millie Nevison. That's the founder of the Children's Home. But she's the one who, did the Million Penny Scheme.
Okay.
That was able to open the Children's Home back in 1950, actually.
I hope our viewers are listening.
Yes, and they just collected the million pennies, and then they started. So it was really, honestly, like a community. It was like a cooperative. So that's why I say the Children's Home has always belonged to the community. So this is a new Million Penny Scheme. It's just $50.
I know.
And that's
I know.
But it's the same idea that the community raises the funds to support the home.
I was looking somewhere and I saw that the Children's Home is now an NGO.
Yes.
Yes.
Was it a governmental organization prior to being a non-governmental organization?
I think that people are confused that it's a government organization and we work with the government. So we're almost like a PPP, except a private and public business, but we are an NGO. We're a non-governmental organization. However, the children that are, we don't have a orphanage that's owned by the government.
Okay.
So because we don't have that, we actually serve the government. Like you can't just drop children at the
children
children's
have
home.
to come through from the government.
They come through the government system. So through probation and child protection services is how we generally get the children at the home. So we really are a partnership because we provide a service for them. But we're also an NGO run by our own statutory board.
Okay, good stuff.